We live on a lake, smack dab in the middle of Amish country. It is serene and wonderful in most ways. Now, no doubt you know of Verne Troyer, the little fellow who plays Mini-Me in the Austin Power movies. Do you know that he was born Amish? He lived a couple miles away from our place until he went Hollywood. And his cousins still live just down the road from us. One puts in our dock every year and takes it out at the end of the year, and another young man goes fishing with my grandson every summer when he comes down to visit us. You know, Verne is tiny. He's a mere 32 inches tall, a real dwarf. Or as my granddaughter used to say when she was little, a dwarf. As in, I really like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Well, Verne has always had a nasty temper and was a student of my sister, a special needs teacher. She recalls that once, when she tried to help him climb onto a bus, he yelled, "I don't need any help," and hauled off and slugged her in the face. My sister, like our late mother, is also a very religious person, so she turned the other cheek, and sure enough, the little fellow slugged her again. Now later, as you know, Troyer went off to Hollywood to make his fame and fortune. Now, fast forward a few years. You know, the traditional Amish community is not as cut off from the outer world as most people think. Some have cell phones, radios, refrigerators, water pumps, power lawnmowers, all kinds of things. And they do hear about most of the big events that go on in our world, the English world as they call it. Well, lately, Verne Troyer has been all over the news because of a sex tape he made with a normal-sized woman. So it didn't necessarily surprise me when a couple of his Amish kin asked me if I knew about his sex tape. I told them that I did, but had not seen it. Really did not care to see it. Not that I'm too prudish for porn, it's just yikes, Verne Troyer naked. When they pressed me a bit more for some details about the sex tape, details which I truly did not have, I said all that I've heard about it is that the young woman he had sex with on the tape is blonde and very pretty, and she says that Verne is hung like a horse, a seahorse. The Amish fellows thought that was the funniest thing they'd heard all year. But I digress, and in some parts of the world that's probably illegal. You know, we have lots of ducks, geese, and swans on our lake, which is quite nice, back to nature and all that good stuff. Did you know that swans actually pair off and mate for life? My wife told me that. And I thought about it for a moment and said, well, why not? They all look exactly the same. They don't have much of a chance of scoring with something strange now, do they? Hey, you know, if you ever visit an Amish community, anywhere in the country, not just around here, bear in mind that most Amish prefer that you do not take their picture, as they consider that blasphemous. If you really feel compelled, though, have the courtesy to first ask for permission before snapping the pictures, and don't be surprised if they say no. Having established those facts, I will now tell you a 100% real story. And by the way, just about everything I'm telling you here today is real or true, because I think the truth is funnier than fiction. I generally shave every day unless I have no need to go out in public, and then I enjoy the luxury of not shaving. Any man here will agree that's a great perk. Recently, I was lucky enough to be homebound for almost a week, and one day my wife says, "Why are you growing a beard?" To which I said, admittedly without giving it enough thought, "Oh, I thought I would not shave until we had sex again." About a month later, my beard's down to my chest. And one day I decided to go out for a walk and get some fresh brown eggs from our Amish neighbor. It's kind of cold, so I threw on an old dark blue jacket and a black hat, and off I went. About halfway there, a big white SUV loaded with a young couple and their children cautiously pulled up ahead of me and stopped. The man gets out, walks back to me and says, "Sir, we were just passing through your beautiful countryside here and wondered, do you mind if we take your picture? It would mean a lot to the children." I read that you Amish don't like to do that, but the article said it is okay to ask. No, I said as I stroked my beard, that would be fine, young fellow. Click away. So he goes back to the car, gets the camera, and the wife and 3 kids pile out, and they all stand there in excited anticipation as he prepares to take his first picture of a genuine, bigger-than-life Amish man. So I say, should I say cheese? I hear that's what you English do when you make a graven image with that there devil-inspired contraption. He says, that would be fine, sir. And just as he clicked his picture, I said, cheese.